Materials needed: dissecting pen, surgical gloves, scalpel, and scissors. The frog can be divided into the dorsal and the ventral side. The skin is moist for respiration. Frogs has two forelimbs in the front, which are not webbed, and two powerful back legs, which are webbed for swimming. The nictitating membrane covers the eye. The tympanic membrane, which is iridium, is just behind the eye. Pry the frog's mouth open. The frog has two sets of teeth. The venery teeth are found on the roof of the mouth. The maxillary teeth are found around the edge of the mouth. Both are used for holding prey. Frogs swallow their meals whole and do not chew. On the roof of the mouth, there are two tiny openings of the nostrils. They exit on the outside of the throat. At the back of the throat, there is a circular opening. It's esophagus. There's a slit which goes to the lungs. That's glottis. The tongue attaches to the front of the mouth. Frog dissection. Place frog in pen. Pinch the loose skin around the center of the stomach. Make the initial cut with the scissors. Make cuts to the frog skin and muscle, but don't go too deep. Cut under the arm. There are two layers of the frog skin, which are the epidermal skin and the dermal layer. Then, the initial organs are revealed.
Here we have the three-chambered heart. Next, we have the liver. This is the esophagus, which is connected to the stomach. The stomach is also connected to the small intestine, which you can see here is the long twisted tubes that lead to a short thicker tube called the large intestine. The frog's excretory system is composed of the urinary bladder here, which is also connected to the cloaca. The flattened bean-shaped organs are the kidneys, and attached on top of it is the thread-like structures called the fat bodies. Underneath these structures, you can find the lungs of the frog. The small green structure that is located on top of one of the lungs is called the gallbladder. Finally, we have the pancreas, which looks like a beaded structure. And yeah, there you have it, the internal organs of our model frog.
Let's take a look at the frog histology based on its organs. First, let's take a look at the pancreas. The pancreas is covered with coelomic epithelium. Histologically, it is composed of several lobules as seen in the picture, and they're all connected by loose connective tissues, nerves, and blood vessels. The islets of Langerhans are scattered groups of cells surrounded by the lobules. Basically, these pancreatic globules, they represent the secretory part of the pancreas. Now let's take a look at the spleen. The spleen is covered with a fibrous capsule, and there is presence of centrally located red pulp and white pulp. It has the most simple histology. Now let's take a look at the lungs. It shows peritoneal layer, lung wall, alveoli, and a central cavity. The wall are composed of outer peritoneum. They are made of squamous epithelial cells, the connective tissue, and the unstriped muscle fibers. The inner wall, on the other hand, is composed of ciliated epithelial cells, mucus glands, and blood capillaries. Now let's take a look at the intestines. The intestines are coated with an outermost layer called serosa. The serosa is composed of flat squamous epithelial cells called mesothelium. The outer longitudinal and inner circular muscle layers are distinct. The longitudinal layer consists of unstriped fibers, whereas the circular muscle fibers, they form comparatively thick layer compared to the longitudinal muscle layer. And that's all. Thank you.
A frog has small skin and big bagian eyes. Its hind legs are more than twice as long as its front ones. Frogs are cool-blooded, meaning their body temperature changes with the temperature of their surroundings. They have a permeable skin that they breathe through as well as develop nervous system. Frog limbs function very different since they are designed for jumping instead of walking. They breathe using gills during development and with lungs in adulthood. So here we want to discuss about the function of the internal body structure of frog. First, stomach function to store food and mix it with enzyme to begin digestion. Next, small intestine function to absorb the digested of food. And duodenum is the part of the small intestine into which food passes from the stomach. Why? Pancreas function to secrete digestive enzyme into the duodenum. Then, gallbladder function to store bile. And the large intestine is the posterior organ of the digestive system which stores undigested food. Liver functions to secrete the bile and process the digested food molecule. Urinary bladder is the organ that collects and stores urine until released. Fat body is mass of fat in the body cavities of the frog that needed for hibernating and mating. Then last we got a spleen. The spleen is an organ in the frog circulatory system that makes, store, and destroy blood cells.